Winslow, you just came out of four to six non-stop portfolio reviews.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know
sorry,
how
2 to
many it
6.
was. 2 to 6, yeah.
2 to 6
Yeah.
portfolio reviews,
Yeah.
one after the other.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if this is the first time anyone's ever doing portfolio reviews with this many people and this long in
Yeah.
Armenia, but I think it might be.
Okay.
And thank you for being here.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you
great.
for taking part, and I think it was very fascinating for a lot of the photographers to also have a new person to talk to other than... So what was it? What were your impressions?
Well, it was really great. I really enjoyed meeting everybody, and I've never done a portfolio review, but I really enjoy trying to find what they want to do and finding the most interesting in what they do, and really talking more about what's next than what they've done so much. There was a real range of experience, which is really the point, and often I would ask people how long they've been photographing for, and that a lot of them were pretty new to the game, and that like a language you need a lot of practice. So it was great. The bottom line, and it was great. And another part that was really wonderful for me, there was somebody, I don't know, it was Kazakhstan or something, there were some people from Russia, Armenia. I love that, really great. And really different kinds of work. It was definitely not all documentary or journalistic. There was some really soulful, artistic, personal expression type stuff. I loved it.
How many people did you see? Did you have
I
an
don't know,
approximate
like
count?
200, 300 or something.
That seems
No,
like
I really
it.
don't know, but I didn't get tired, but I think quite a few actually.
Yeah, you did see quite a few.
Yeah.
So, so what's your estimation? Did you get a feel? Because these things are also kind of, we don't know what's the talent out there, and we still don't know just because 25 people showed up for a portfolio review, but still it's kind of like this filler, this indicator that what kind of potential photographers or beginning
Well, that's interesting because I said to all of them, I really don't know much about how to get the work in the world or the business part. I would try and find out, but actually the two interactions that seemed to me the most stirring, and maybe use words in advance, they were very artistic, and there were 3 people actually, and there was one guy that was doing double exposure pictures using in-camera film. I was blown away. And it's not that I was just blown away by the individual images. I saw his passion, and if there's a place for him, it's really more like in an art gallery or it doesn't matter to me. The imagination and the creativity was amazing. And there was this other young woman, and it was a very personal story, and she started crying a little bit. And I was like, exactly, your tears, it's right there, it's in the pictures. So anyway, there was really a lot of emotion going on, and I really enjoyed that. As far as what the future is with all that for each of them, I have no idea. I have no idea about a new direction I saw or something.
Well, you did all the work, but I was there kind of coordinating, and the amount of thank you, this was amazing.
The amount of what?
Amount of thank yous
Oh,
I
good,
got, and
good.
how like this was inspiring,
Great.
this was amazing.
Great.
One guy said, I needed some light bulbs to go off, and
Right.
they went off.
Great.
I mean, this whole inspiration is like to continue working.
Great.
And this other girl was saying, I don't even know if my photos are worth anything, and if what I'm doing are a waste of time, even though my friends tell me they're good.
The woman with the flowers?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I need to hear it from professionals.
Gotcha.
So she did. Each of them talked to 3 different people
Yeah.
and with 3 different
Right.
kinds of photographers. So I think they were very thankful. In case they didn't kind of express
They
it to
did.
you, I'm expressing it for them. Yeah.
I was too.
Winslow, you live in Boston. You've been coming to Armenia. That's not a neighboring country, and nowhere near. For 30 years.
23 years.
23 years. You've been coming nonstop, and you've documented sides of Armenia that are, sometimes I look at your photos and I'm sure an Armenian guy took them, because the depth and subtleness of it and the connection to the image, to me almost feels like an Armenian has taken it. But my question, why do we keep coming back? You've documented this country for 23 years now.
Well, it's a really long story why I keep coming back, but we keep it simple. I come back because of the people. And it's the people and the welcoming here that has allowed me to use my way of creating intimate stories by spending a lot of time from the inside rather than as the insider and some outsider. Somehow the outsider role melted away enough maybe that it wasn't that I took pictures as an Armenian or American, it was just from their life. And of course I'm a skilled photographer and all, I bring that to it, but I really think that I came back as a photographer because that was possible here, but also just because I really like the people I've met. Rubina, really, I love the people I've met. It's very different from where I'm from.
Winslow, within this festival, we on many occasions talked about reporting war, post-war reporting. There's not much difference there. We also discussed there. And we also discussed the different projects or the different stories that need to be done. I know that during the Qarabağ 2020 Artsakh war, when we were talking, we were in Artsakh, but you were in Armenia, and you were documenting the war in Armenia because even though there were no drones flying over Yerevan, some of Armenia, yes, but Yerevan, there were no bombs hitting buildings here. The country is still at war, was still at war, and you were documenting what the local photographers didn't have the opportunity to do because we had the primary concern of reaching Artsakh. What was that like? And can you talk about that project of yours, and is it continuing?
That project came out of nowhere because the war did. I never intended to photograph that. And it's not directly continuing, but what was it like? Well, it changed my life, being in the war here with the parents, with the enthusiasm in the beginning, with the unification, with the determination, and seeing that wilt as I visited Yereblor more and more, and I was in the living rooms of mothers that had just lost their children, on and on. I could go on about refugees, wounded soldiers. I mean, to say it's heartbreaking is the wrong thing to say, but it digs very deep and stays with you, and it should stay with you. Am I continuing? I photographed in some hospitals, not exactly, and I don't really know, truthfully, but it's a long conversation, but I'm not directly photographing it, but just coming back to Armenia, I'm visiting a country that is truthfully at war within itself now. It's everywhere.
Yeah, internally
it's everywhere.
There's turmoil.
And I saw that happen the day after the day the war ended. It turned inward. So it's a long conversation, but I'm still heavily engaged in Armenia, and I would say that the difficulty, the intensity, the things about Armenia that are difficult makes me more, not less committed, actually.
Are we more intense than when we were 23 years ago when you came?
No. The confusion, the sadness, the numbness, the anger, the not knowing is probably deeper. But no, you're not more intense. You're intense people. And it's beautiful. It's impossible and it's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.